A major sin, often referred to as a Kabeera, is an act that is directly prohibited by Allah and usually impacts one's relationship with the Lord. Today, we cover the one sin that could single-handedly ruin your Islam, neglecting the Salat prayer. We will also touch on abandoning the Zakat alms-giving. Let's begin. Session 589, Chapter 4, Verse 31. A continuation. If you avoid the major sins you have been forbidden, we shall absolve you of your minor misdeeds and let you in through the entrance of honor. Chapter 4, Verse 31. Please take a moment to think about how you earn money. Whether you are a doctor, farmer, engineer, or teacher, you use the intellect that God gave you to work with the materials provided by God to produce and earn wealth that God created. In other words, everything is from Allah. Withholding the obligatory Zakat almsgiving can ruin the Muslim community, as Allah asks you to share some of what He provided with your less fortunate brothers and sisters. When God asks us to give Zakat, it serves as a gentle reminder that everything ultimately belongs to Him. Some might wonder, if God is the Lord of all, owner of everything, why are some people left in poverty? The answer lies in life's diversity. By allowing for differences, Allah reminds the wealthy that their fortunes could change and cautions the strong that they might one day face challenges. This dynamic encourages empathy, prompting the rich to support those in need, knowing they too might need help in difficult times. If you withhold the Zakat almsgiving, you disrupt the divine balance of life. When you see hunger and poverty in a society, rest assured that someone is withholding their Zakat. In fact, any flaw in a community is a direct clue that someone has neglected a duty to God. Allah designed society to self-balance, where the surplus in one area fulfills the deficit in another. While this was not specified as a major sin by Imam as-Sadiq, it is worth mentioning here. However, Imam Ja'far al-Sadiq warned against a grave major sin: neglecting prayer. The Salat prayer is a continuous declaration of allegiance to the one God. Think about the 5 pillars of Islam. You declare that there is no deity but Allah, and that Muhammad is His messenger once in your lifetime. You give the Zakat almsgiving once a year if you are capable. If you are poor, you owe no Zakat at all. Likewise, you perform the Hajj pilgrimage once in your lifetime, if you are physically and financially able. The sick and the poor are not obligated to perform Hajj. Similarly, fasting is required 1 month a year for the physically able. The chronically sick may never fast. As you can see, most pillars of Islam come with exemptions. What is left? The Shahada, testimony of faith, and the Salat prayer are the only ones with no exemption. It is enough to say the testimony of faith once in your life to be a Muslim. However, prayer are an obligatory daily action. Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, "Prayer is the keystone of religion." Thus, neglecting prayer demolishes faith, as it signifies defiance against servitude and loyalty to God. Allah asks for prayer 5 times a day, with communal prayer during the Friday congregation. Through Salat, we unite as God's servants, demonstrating our worship and loyalty to Him above all. While Allah mandates that we meet with Him 5 times a day, His door is always open. You can set additional meetings at any time. By performing the wudu ablution, standing and saying, Allahu Akbar, you are instantly transformed to the presence of Allah. Can you get a meeting with the president of your country, or even the mayor of your town? Good luck. You need to request an appointment, submit an agenda, and go through protocols. If you're lucky, you may get 10 minutes. Allah is always available to you. You initiate the meeting whenever you wish, make it as long as you please, and ask for whatever you want. How can you abandon such honor? A poet once said, "It is enough pride for me that I am a servant. My Lord welcomes me without appointment. He is majestic in his sanctity, yet I meet him whenever and wherever I desire." If you have a fancy car and take it to the authorized dealer for checkups and tune-ups 5 times a day, will you ever have trouble with it? Of course not. It would be in excellent condition. Allah is your creator. If you attentively stand up in prayer 5 times a day, would you have any trouble in your life? Unlike ordinary machines that require maintenance with wires, screws, and software, you, a creation of Allah, are perfected spiritually during your salat in ways only He knows. There is only one more Kabeera to cover. Join us next week as we explore the last of the major sins and learn from the family of our beloved Muhammad and the Quran how to handle all types of life's troubles.
إن تجتنبوا كبائر ما تنهون عنه نكفر عنكم سيئاتكم وندخلكم مدخلا كريما.
The Prophet, peace be upon him, said, "Convey my teachings to the people, even if it is only a single verse." Please take a moment to subscribe and to share with your family and friends. Visit us at www.qurangarden.com.